Ever wonder how one weekend of football can feel like a year's worth of drama? Well, buckle up because we've got VR chaos, coaching shakeups, and title races that are anything but straightforward. This is Across the Pitch, episode 20, and today it's all about the headlines. From Mourinho's no days off energy to Rashford's mysterious new challenge, and why Valencia just can't catch a break. Yeah, we're going there. So, what's the real story behind the biggest football moments of the week? Let's find out. All right, Arsenal fans, here's the tea. Bukayo Saka out for many weeks with a hamstring injury. Yep, Mikel Arteta dropped that bombshell. He's basically telling us to start manifesting miracles because this one's gonna sting. Saka got the news after seeing a specialist, left the stadium on crutches too, right after Arsenal clobbered Crystal Palace 5-1. And Arteta? Oh, he's trying to sound all positive, saying it's a good exercise for the team. Like, sir, losing Saka is not yoga class. This is serious. Arteta's cooking up ideas for how to cope. Translation? He's scrambling harder than eggs on a Sunday morning. The man even admitted Saka was gutted and super emotional. I mean, who wouldn't be? He's been Arsenal's golden boy with 9 goals and 13 assists in 24 games. That's ridiculous. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Raheem Sterling, who could have been a backup option, out too, thanks to a knee injury. What is this? An injury epidemic. Someone wrap the rest of the squad in bubble wrap. Oh, and in case you're wondering, Arsenal's January transfer prep is apparently done. But don't hold your breath. Arteta's focus is still on squeezing every last drop of potential from the squad. Bold move, Mikel. Bold move. Meanwhile, Arsenal's next match is against Ipswich. At this rate, we might see Arteta himself lacing up. Fingers crossed for a miracle. Because Gunners fans deserve a Christmas gift that isn't wrapped in injury news. All right, let's talk Mohamed Salah. Because this man is out here rewriting the Premier League record books. Liverpool thumped Tottenham 6-3. Yes, 6-3. And Salah? He didn't just show up, he stole the whole spotlight. 2 goals, 2 assists, and get this, he's the first player to hit double figures in both goals and assists before Christmas in a Premier League season. The man is literally gift wrapping stats for the holidays. And when asked about it, Salah's all, oh, I didn't think about it before the game. Sure. Mo. Humble king vibes, as always. Let me give you the numbers. 15 goals this season, putting him ahead of Erling Haaland, who's chilling at 13. And remember, this isn't Salah's first rodeo. He's already got 3 golden boots in his trophy case. Like, what's next? Turning water into Gatorade? Now, there's this little elephant in the room. His contract. It's up at the end of the season, and when asked about an update, he hit us with a firm no. That's it. Just no. Classic Salah, keeping the drama alive. Liverpool's coach Arne Slot was vibing with the performance, though he did throw in a side-eye about the defending. He was straight up relieved when that 6th goal went in. Honestly, same. It was starting to look like Spurs might actually rally, which, unacceptable. Salah's take? We were good up front, but defensively we need to improve. Translation. I did my job, y'all figure out the rest. Iconic. So yeah, Mo Salah, smashing records, keeping it mysterious, and carrying Liverpool into the festive season like Santa in cleats. Absolute legend. All right, Manchester United fans, let's rip the Band-Aid off. 3-0 to Bournemouth at Old Trafford. I mean, what is going on? Ruben Amorim himself called it a tough moment, but honestly, that feels like an understatement. This is more than tough. This is a full-blown disaster movie. Let's set the stage. United have now lost 2 in a row at home in the league. Nottingham Forest took them down 3-2, and now Bournemouth strolls in and drops 3 goals like it's a casual Sunday kickabout. Add to that the Carabao meltdown against Spurs, losing 4-3, and suddenly Old Trafford feels less like a fortress and more like an open invitation. Amorim is out here taking responsibility. He's saying all the right things. We have to improve? It's my responsibility, blah, blah, blah. But let's talk about those set pieces. 7 goals conceded from dead balls in 6 games. 7! You'd think they were allergic to defending a corner. It's the same story every time. One free kick, one header, and boom, they're spiraling. Amarim says they're working on it. Great. Maybe start working faster? Oh, and can we talk about the mental game? Amorim actually admitted the anxiety in the stadium was palpable from minute one. Even Andre Onana, who's supposed to be calm and collected, looked like he was debating his life choices every time he had a goal kick. It's a vibe, and not a good one. And then there's the cherry on this miserable cake. United are in the bottom half of the table on Christmas Day for the first time since 1989. Let that sink in. 1989. This is Manchester United we're talking about, not some mid-table wannabe. So what's next? Amorim says they know the challenge is big. Yeah, we know it's big too. Fix the defense, manage the nerves, and for the love of football, stop giving away soft goals. Because right now, every match feels like a therapy session for the fans, and not the good kind. All right, let's get into the Marcus Rashford situation, because it's messier than a last-minute VR check. Rashford, who's been benched for 3 straight games, is apparently not getting any pressure from United's bigwigs to make the starting lineup. Amorim has full control of this one, and honestly, it shows. Now, Rashford's been making waves off the pitch too, saying he's ready for a new challenge. Translation: he's got one foot out the door and the other foot. Probably still trying to find form. The man scored 7 goals in 24 appearances this season. Hardly numbers to brag about when you're pulling in over £325,000 a week. United, meanwhile, are trying to play it cool, saying they'll listen to realistic offers in January. But let's be real. His contract runs until 2028. That's not just a stumbling block. That's a brick wall for any club looking for a bargain. Unless someone's willing to shell out serious cash, Rashford might be staying put whether he likes it or not. And let's not forget, this new challenge talk started right after he got dropped for the Manchester City game. United actually won that one, 2-1 at the Etihad. Coincidence? Probably not. Amorim's clearly trying to shake things up, and Rashford's just collateral damage at this point. But here's the kicker. Rashford's dip in form has cost him his England spot too. 15 goals in 67 games since July 2023 is not exactly Three Lions material. So the question is, does he stay and fight for his place? Or does he gamble on a January move that might not even happen? Either way, this saga is far from over, and United's handling of it feels less like strategy and more like damage control. Stay tuned, because this drama is giving Netflix original series vibes. All right, let's talk Ange Postecoglou, because the man is done with your questions about his style of play. Tottenham just got smacked 6-3 by Liverpool, and Ange is standing his ground like, yeah, we conceded, but I'm not changing a thing. Deal with it. First off, Liverpool came in hot. 2 headers from Luis Diaz and Alexis Mac Allister right out the gate. Spurs tried to claw back with James Maddison, but then Szoboszlai said, hold my energy drink, and dropped another for Liverpool before halftime. Then Salah, 2 more. It's a slaughterhouse. Spurs tried to rally with Kulusevski and Solanke, but Diaz added a 6th just to rub it in. Ouch. So here's the thing. Spurs are now sitting in 11th. 11th. They've leaked 15 goals in 6 games. And when someone dared to ask Ange if there might be other factors besides injuries, he basically said, are you blind? Missing a keeper, 2 center backs, and a left back is apparently a footnote to some. But Ange is like, I'm not here for your hot takes. And then, when pressed again about his attacking approach, Ange hit peak fed up. If people want me to change my approach, it's not going to change, he said. Translation? He's building this team his way, and if you're not on board, there's the door. Look, love him or hate him, Postecoglou's sticking to his guns. He knows it's a process. He knows there will be bumps, theft, but he's not about to flip the script because of a few bad results. It's bold, it's risky, and it's very, very Ange. Nottingham Forest fans, buckle up because there's a new boss in town. Lina Suluku, former CEO of Roma, is taking the reins at Forest starting January 5th. And let me tell you, this isn't her first rodeo. She's already worked with Forest owner Evangelos Marinakis back at Olympiakos, where she spent 4 years running the show. Now, let's talk about her Roma exit for a second. The woman dipped just 4 days after Daniele De Rossi got the boot. Fans were fuming, and honestly, who could blame them? But here she is, ready for her Premier League glow-up, and Forest is buzzing, sitting in fourth place in the league. Yes, fourth. This club is flying higher than anyone expected. Marinakis is all smiles, calling her passionate and committed, which is executive speak for she's about to shake things up. And Suluku? She's already dropping lines like, I'm honored to rejoin the Marinakis football family. Translation: she's back, she's ready, and she means business. Forest hasn't had a CEO since Dane Murphy left at the start of 2023, so this is a big move. Plus, let's not forget, they just pulled off a 2-0 win over Brentford. Things are looking sharp on and off the pitch. So Lina Suluku, former Roma chief, Olympiakos veteran, and now the new mastermind behind Forest's rise. Get ready, because the Premier League just got a whole lot more interesting. Jose Mourinho is at it again, proving he's the most dramatic man in football. So he's having surgery, gallbladder removal over the holidays, but don't expect any downtime. The man went on Instagram like, calm down, everyone. It's minor. I'll be back for training on day 1 because I haven't missed a session in 25 years and I'm not starting now. Iconic behavior. Now, this is classic Mourinho. He managed Fenerbahce to a 1-1 draw with Hotspur just before Christmas, and you'd think he'd take a moment to reflect or, I don't know, relax? Nope. He's annoyed, not at the surgery, but at the result. The man hates time off more than he hates defensive mistakes, saying he'd prefer no break at all, but apparently they'd promised the players this downtime. Reluctantly, he's letting them have their 10 days. And let's not overlook Fenerbahce's league position. Second place, 8 points behind Galatasaray, and Mourinho's already got that fire in his belly. Or maybe that's the gallbladder acting up. Either way, he's refusing to give up on the title, saying, nobody's convincing me we're out of this race. Classic Special One defiance. Mark your calendars. Fenerbahce is back in action January 5th against Hotspur, and you just know Mourinho's going to turn up like he hasn't missed a beat. Surgery or not, the man's unstoppable. Valencia fans, it's official. Ruben Baraja has been sacked. The club legend turned coach is out the door after a 2-2 draw against Alaves left Valencia sitting second from bottom in La Liga. 2 wins, 9 losses in 17 games. Yeah, those are relegation vibes, not redemption arcs. Now the club's statement? Textbook PR. We thank Baraja for his passion, dedication, and commitment, blah, blah, blah. But let's be real, this wasn't about sentimentality. Results were trash, and Valencia had to make a move. Baraja came in February 2023 and actually pulled off a 9th-place finish last season. But this year, a complete nosedive. And here's the kicker. They haven't even named a replacement yet. Bold strategy, Valencia. Let's see how that plays out. And don't think this is just about Baraja. The real drama is higher up. Fans have been demanding owner Peter Lim sell the club for years. The man's been running this team like a bargain bin, selling top players to manage debts and barely reinvesting. Oh, and let's not forget the No Mestalla Stadium, a decade-old promise still collecting dust. No World Cup hosting rights for Valencia in 2030? Shocker. Next up, Real Madrid on January 3rd. No coach, a restless fan base, and a squad in crisis? Good luck with that. This isn't just a mess. It's Valencia, 2024 edition. All right, VAR drama time because, honestly, what's a Premier League weekend without a side of controversy? Let's break it down. First up, West Ham's 1-1 draw with Brighton. Pervis Estupiñán absolutely flew into Max Kilman, caught his shin, and pushed his shin guard out of place. Ref Rob Jones handed him a yellow, and VR Paul Tierney didn't upgrade it to red. Excuse me? Estupiñán was off the ground, out of control, and Kilman's leg was screaming for help. That's serious foul play. Verdict? Should have been a red, no question. Now, Everton's 0-0 bore fest with Chelsea. Jordan Pickford decided to cosplay as a reckless linebacker, charging at malo gusto feet first instead of, spreading his body like a normal keeper. VAR Graham Scott gave it a pass, but come on. That's reckless, should have been a penalty and a yellow card. It's giving special goalkeeper treatment, and I'm over it. Crystal Palace against Arsenal. Nathaniel Klein went in late on Ricardo Calafiori. Yellow card given. No VR red. And honestly, fine. It wasn't excessive or dangerous. For once, I'll give VR a pass. Don't get used to it. And finally, Bournemouth's 3-0 thrashing of Manchester United. Antoine Semenyo scored the third, and VR checked for a possible handball in the build-up. Ball grazed his arm? Maybe. But it wasn't deliberate, and his arm wasn't flailing around. Verdict? Correct call to let it stand, though United fans will probably find a way to complain. So there you have it. Another weekend, another VAR circus. They're consistent, all right, consistently inconsistent. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Across the Pitch. If you enjoyed the banter and breakdowns, make sure to hit that like button. It's basically your way of saying, more of this, please. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Got thoughts, hot takes, or just want to vent about your team? Drop it in the comments. I'm reading them all. All right, until next time, stay passionate, stay opinionated, and as always, keep it across the pitch. See you soon.